Is Help by the Beatles just a catchy pop song, or is it an actual cry for help?
I don't know. What is it?
You're going to have to listen with me and find out, man. What do you mean? You think I'm just going to spill the beans?
Yeah, I thought you were going to actually tell me.
No, man. Today is our first time reacting to the Beatles' Help. I mean, I think we've both heard this song in some capacity, correct?
Yeah, but I always thought it was just like kind of like a catchy pop song.
Yeah, I've never listened to it in its entirety.
Me either.
But I looked up a little bit of the info on it, so I'm excited to listen and then share with you.
Perfect. Let's jump right in.
Before we start, though, guys, my name's Paper Chase.
And I'm the one and only Diamond Don Juan, and we're back with another reaction just for you.
That's right, baby. We are back at Diamond Owl Studios, and without further ado, the Beatles' Help. Let's go.
I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone help. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind and opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? And now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I just need you like I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me?
I have never actually sat and listened to the lyrics in depth of this song at all.
I recognize the chorus, but to
Yeah.
your point, I have never really sat and listened to it either.
The songwriting is impeccable. I mean, that part where he said, now my life has changed in so many ways. My independence seems to be lost inside the haze. Like, think about, they at this time they had to have been like one of the biggest bands in the world. And imagine,
I remember, I don't know a lot about them, but I, for some reason, have this iconic image in my mind of them stepping off a plane and this crowd of women just going absolutely bonkers. And it was during this era because they had those haircuts and it's black and white. And I just always associate that image with the Beatles for some reason, just them and their level of fame.
Yeah, I mean, they had to have been huge. We just watched a video of Elvis Presley, the king, saying, music has changed so much, the Beatles, I love them,
Yeah.
they were huge. And think about being that big and like he said, your independence kind of getting just lost because everywhere you go, the constant pressure of just being watched, idolized, your whole life is basically on display.
Under a microscope.
Yes, for everybody.
And I have to be honest, this song, it's a lesson that I still struggle with from the standpoint of I sometimes have a hard time asking people for help. I don't want to ask people for help, even just simple things hey, maybe it's something around the studio. Hey, can you do this? For whatever reason, I'm just so used to just doing things on my own. Just hey, don't ask for help, just handle it, just do it yourself. So something as simple as just saying help is actually, for me, a lesson that I've had to learn and deal with and just be willing to say, hey, I could use a little help or, So I think that this is a timeless message. I'm going to take it back just a little bit.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? When I was younger, so much younger than sure. Now I find I've changed my mind. I'll open up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me, help me, help me.
So good.
So you looked up a little bit of the inspiration for this song.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that. You said it was written by John Lennon.
It was written by John Lennon, correct? And yes, the song was 100% actual cry for help and
Okay.
related to what was going on in his life. And I think listening to the lyrics, it makes it pretty clear. You know, he was struggling with this immense amount of fame coming all at once. And like we said, you know, independence stripped away, life under a microscope. That can, you know, cause so many different feelings in a person. Like he was talking about his insecurities,
Mhm.
you know, like, and to be vulnerable like that, especially in like a hit pop song, I don't think it had ever been done before.
Hmm.
You know, especially at this time, you know, a mainstream pop song that they know is going to be a hit, to come out and be
Yeah.
vulnerable, talk about like, hey guys, you know, your insecurities, your fears, your depression, whatever it might be, you know, which, let's be honest, like, people idolize so many of these artists and they're like, man, I would do anything to be that person, be that artist, but they don't see the struggles that come with it. And to be at this level of success, especially like from all we've listened to from John Lennon, he clearly, it doesn't seem, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like he's like this egotistical, filled attention seeker. Like, you know, so this was probably overwhelming for him, being a guy who's just out there trying to get his art out there, and then he becomes incredibly successful. Like, I'm sure
I mean,
that
you
comes with
can't-
all kinds of
Yeah, if
hits.
you're making music or doing things, it comes from. I mean, obviously, you want to be successful. I think you don't necessarily just make music thinking like, "Yeah, I don't want this to ever go anywhere."
Yeah.
But they had no way of knowing that they were going to be as big as they were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard stories about them playing in like little dingy clubs, like all over Europe for like years, like day in and day out before they ever reached any level of success.
Yeah.
So there, you know, it was probably a time when it was just like, hey, like, you know, we're just getting by and this is fun and we're making a little bit of money and we're doing something that we enjoy. And hey, there's some, you know, cute girls that we meet from time to time. But to imagine that they were going to be these worldwide phenomenons, like, how could they have ever envisioned that?
Yeah.
And I've been pretty honest with my, you know, feeling about the Beatles in the sense that I didn't understand why they were so big. Like I know people love them, but I just hadn't really listened to, you know, enough of their music, and I didn't really understand the cultural importance. I think that's the big
Yeah.
thing that's missing, is that it's like, yeah, the songs are good, but like, why do people like love them so passionately? Because I know a lot of people do. And as we're going on this journey, especially like we purposely were like, hey, let's pick something from earlier in their career, because I want to see like the progression and the growth of like, where did they start? What are the different phases that they went through, the psychedelic era, so on and so forth, to kind of understand how they grew. And this makes me understand why they were so beloved and like why people are so passionate about it. Because I get it now. When I hear a song like this, it makes me understand, like, when you hear somebody that's as big as the Beatles or someone like, you know, John Lennon talking about feeling insecure, you know, feeling, because the imposter syndrome is true for everybody. I think that like we see these people that we look up to and we don't realize it in their head. They're sometimes thinking the same things, or to get to that point, they had to go through all those stages of not feeling good enough, feeling inadequate, you know, like, I don't deserve to be here. What am I doing on this stage? Like, there's so many different phases. I feel like anytime that you try to do something big in your life, like, there's always self-doubt. And so hearing that from somebody like them could be incredibly, you know, powerful. If you're sitting there in your own life thinking like, I don't feel like I'm good enough. It's like when you hear somebody like that saying that they're dealing with the same things, it's like, oh God, it's not just me.
Yeah, and like I read, it said that this basically was like the first mainstream song by a band of this magnitude that wrote about like those insecurities and
Yeah.
wrote about like an actual cry for help.
Hmm.
And think about what that did for other people.
Yeah.
Think about using a platform like that, being like, hey, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to, put your heart on your sleeve and be like, hey, I'm not doing okay right now. Like,
So the
I
Beatles
need,
were the first emo band.
I guess so, or at least using their platform to be like, hey, it's
I mean,
okay.
literally wearing their heart on their sleeve.
No.
I mean, that's what he was doing. He's literally saying, like, help, like, I'm feeling down. And also the part of, like, I need some help getting my feet back on the ground. And the part that I liked as well is, like, the thanking, the friend for being there. Like, that's just such a powerful thing to have the ability to, write a song talking about the struggles and then acknowledge the people around you that are helping you through that situation.
Absolutely. Beautiful song, beautiful message, and fantastic story to go behind it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on this journey of discovering incredible old music, new music, everything in between, hit that subscribe button. Don't wait till later. Subscribe right now.
That's right. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.